Good morning, good morning. This is Showcase My DCS as part of a week of excellence. I'd like to welcome you all for joining us. It promises to be an amazing experience today. I am Matthew Wright, and with me I have.
Zog Grant.
Okay, and before we get into our festivities for the day, we must open with her. So let's assume an attitude of prayer. Heavenly Father, we just like to thank you for waking us up to see this beautiful day. Thank you for the chance to convene in this fashion. I pray that you are with us for this program and the programs to come. Thank you for being with us throughout this year's Week of Excellence. As we move forward, once more I ask that you cover us under your blood and be with us. And help us remember that you are the true producer, director of this world, and the production that you have going for us will be immaculate. Be with us now and forevermore. In your name I pray. Amen.
Good morning again, everyone. So we will be playing a game of charades. I'll be inviting Steve to join us on set. Okay, so Steve will be acting and I'll be doing the guessing for today. Let the games begin, Steve. So that would be zooming in. All right. Camera operator. Filming. Videoing.
It's not the same thing, but it's a different word.
Cinematography. No. Camera up. Is it a shot? You're videoing.
I'm doing something, but not doing it. Change the word.
I'm thinking. Let me see. Okay, I don't think I know this one.
Alright, so operating a camera.
But I did say camera operator.
No, that camera operator, operating a camera.
I think I can give it a try. I was going to say recording.
No, operating.
Okay, operating a camera. Fair enough. Eating?
Partake in a meal.
Very simple.
What? Writing? Buttering bread? Whoa!
How did you get that from what he did with a book? Posing.
Okay. Okay, so that's all for today, guys. I know persons are laughing at me, but that's okay. And don't go anywhere. The hosts are up next.
Yo, Dre.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Showcase My DCS. Jamie, I'm so happy to be here with you. And boy, I'm hoping that the vibes that Jamie is known for is shown here and displayed pretty well today. So I want to welcome you, a very special welcome to those joining us on YouTube or on our IG stream. I know some of you are there because you cannot join us in person. This is our fifth event. Fourth day?
Yeah.
Yes, in the Week of Excellence 2023 series. And you know what that means? It's coming to a close, unfortunately. But we're going to have some fun today. So let me just introduce myself for those who don't know me. My name is Trisha Gay Kelly, and with me this morning is the wonderful,
The one and only Dr. Skinny. Most persons know me as DJ Skinny. But to many, Jamie Roden.
That's
and
right.
As Trisha Gay said, we are welcoming you guys to all those who are physically here with us and to those who are watching on our YouTube page, NCU DCS TV, and those listening NCU FM using the frequencies 91.1, 91.3, and 91.5, and listening online at ncu.fm.
You know, Jamie, the first time I heard of Showcase My DCS, I thought it was a talent show. But over the years, I grew to learn that it is not so. But today, nonetheless, we will be showcasing our talents as DCSers and past DCSers about what we can do and the things we have done so far. And you're going to see all of that today. We don't want to continue without mentioning our wonderful sponsors, Jamie. Yeah. Of course, the people that will give us the good things, them.
True.
And one such sponsor is Prestige Phone Accessories, and they provide services such as cell phone unlocking repairs and providing phone accessories for us. We also have the hair plug, Jamie. What do they do?
Home of human hair extensions where quality meets affordability.
So, Jamie, you may not be able to buy anything from there.
So sad.
Unless you're buying for someone.
True.
Right? Unless you're buying for somebody. But that's okay. Our final sponsor, of course, not the least, is Schemas Pastries. All our pastries are made specially for you. And people, these are the sponsors for today. So you know what that means? Prizes overload. So I'd encourage you to tune in, stay tuned, pay attention so that you can win something, all right? I'm looking forward to a great session while we showcase our brilliance here today, Jamie.
And I am too. I'm really looking forward to seeing what we have in store for the viewers. Mm-hmm. But just before we take a break, we're going to take a break. Just before we take a break, we're going to be playing another game of charades. Yeah, so stay tuned. We'll be right back after this break.
TV says they're the best, but journalism disagrees. PR and radio also think their emphasis is number one. Well, this is a debate that continues to rage at our monthly general meetings every last Tuesday at the NCU Main Chapel from 2:15 to 3:15 p.m. In store for you are C-notes from our DCS chair, emphasis spotlight, and special guest presenters. It's the DCS General Meeting every last Tuesday, 2:15 to 3:15 p.m. Burgundy Nation, come represent.
Welcome back. I know that was a very short break, but nonetheless, we're going to proceed. Jamie has a very special game that he wants us to play. I'm not sure why we're playing so many games today. Jamie, we're supposed to be showcasing what we can do, but not in the form of games. But that's okay. Jamie, go ahead and tell us what game we'll be playing today.
All right, so we're not going to be playing charades. We're going to be switching it up a little bit. So I want, seeing that we have in studio audience, I want participation from the audience. We're going to be doing some tongue twisters. Tongue twisters, and as we learned in radio class, tongue twisters help us, to warm the voice and the vocals and everything. So, can I have those on the screen, please?
And in the interim, are there any volunteers? Is there anyone who wants to come up and try? Janelle
two.
And Kibishi. All
Wonderful,
right.
wonderful,
I'll ask the floor
wonderful.
manager to set them up somewhere in the audience or somewhere up here where they can be seen properly.
Yes.
But Jamie in the interim. Is this a game for people who speak quickly? Because
It's a game to help us.
if you know
It's
I
a game
talk
for-
fast,
Yeah.
my tongue already a twist up when me talk. So to give me something like this, I'm not sure if it's something that all of us can do.
Mm-hmm.
So, where are the tongue twisters, Jamie? Suppose I want to see them
They're
before I
supposed
decide
to,
if I
they're
want to
supposed to be on the
participate.
screen. I don't know what's happening.
All right, so we have 2 volunteers coming. And while they come, I'm hoping they're still participating. Still coming, right? Okay, all right, wonderful.
Ready? Ready with the tongue? Ah,
All right, so
there
we're
we
seeing
go.
them.
So we have, I don't think we're going to do all 3. We'll probably just do the second one.
Hold on, Jamie, because I'm not sure if our audience on the stream is hearing because your mic chipped out a little.
Yeah, so let's go again.
Yes.
So, you ready? So we're going to do the second one. And we're going to try to see how fast you guys can go.
You could
with this
allow them
one.
to try all of them, based on the time that we have right
Oh,
now.
all of them?
Yes.
All right. So we're starting with how many wood would a woodchuck
You're
chuck
wrong,
if
Jamie.
a
You
woodchuck?
said many, it's much.
How much? Thank you.
Yes.
It's so good to have friends who correct
Not
you
sure.
even when
Yes.
you're lying.
Hello?
Now, how much would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
I wanna
Even-
try it.
Even I'm getting tied up with that one.
I want to try it. Hold on. All right. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
My.
As a
That.
star.
Look
Hello?
at that. All right. The 2 volunteers, can we have them up here to give it a try?
You want them to try the same one we just did?
Yeah.
Yes. And
I want to
then
see
we
how
move
fast
on.
they can move with that one, and then we move on to the second one.
All right, Jamie. Jamie, say the second one. Let me hear now.
All right, so we want to see how fast you guys can go with the first one, and then we'll move on to the second one. So, Kibishi first.
Hold on there, Kibishi, because we want to hear this properly, you know.
How much wood would a How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a chuck would what? How much wood would a chuck?
All right, Janelle, your turn.
All right, Janelle, give it a try.
How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
Can you go any
Alright.
faster? Can you go any faster with that one? Try faster. One
How
chance.
much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood?
As a star. As a star. All right, so
Period.
we're moving on to the second one.
Yeah,
And the
man, give
second
her a
one-
round of applause for that. Yes.
All right, so we're moving on to the second one. And the second one goes six hicks, nick, 6 slick bricks with picks and sticks. Yeah.
6 hicks nick 6 slicks bricks with.
You were almost there, and that's okay. It's all right. Try again. We have to wrap up the game very quickly, so just try again.
6 hicks nick 6 slicks bricks with picks fresh.
You were almost
Was
there.
there? So close. So close. Janelle, your turn.
6 hicks nick 6 slick bricks with picks and sticks.
As a
Alright.
star.
Yes.
As a star. We have time for one more? We can do the last one?
I don't think we have time for the last one. Maybe we'll just have to do
We'll-
the last
all right,
one
no
ourselves.
problem. So,
but thank you, ladies,
thank
for
you guys for
participating.
participating.
Give them a round of applause. Yes, thank you for coming on and volunteering. Well, the last one did look very hard, and we did a seminar. Go do it, but that's okay. That is okay. All right. So I hope you did have fun while we were playing our little game. But I believe right now we're supposed to be going to a break. Yes. So after the break, we have some more stored in for you. Stay tuned.
TV says they're the best, but journalism disagrees. PR and radio also think their emphasis is number one. Well, this is a debate that continues to rage at our monthly general meetings every last Tuesday at the NCU Main Chapel from 2:15 to 3:15 p.m. In store for you are C-notes from our DCS chair, emphasis spotlight, and special guest presenters. It's the DCS General Meeting every last Tuesday, 2:15 to 3:15 p.m. Burgundy Nation, come represent.
And welcome back to our Week of Excellence series. We are at day 4, event 5 in our series. And as we focus on showcasing the amazing individuals we have in our department, we want to take the time to to highlight and affirm 2 students, one from television and one from journalism. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching at home, put your hands together or snap, send in those chats. And for those who are in studio, give a round of applause for Miss Janelle Dillon and Anthony Andorn. Welcome to Showcase My DCS, guys. Welcome. It's so good to have you.
Yeah,
how are you?
Thanks for having me. I'm doing good.
Doing good.
Giving thanks.
Eugene?
A little bit tired.
All right, so she's doing well, and that is wonderful to hear. You're doing well. Good. Now, I have some questions for you guys, and the world wants to know, DCS wants to know your story. So, when you came to NCU, why choose the Department of Communication Studies?
Well, for me, it was the fact that it was associated with things I would have enjoyed doing in my leisure time. So, for example, writing and photography, and I realized that the department would have been responsible for this.
Okay, so your passion sparked from things that you already started to do from high school, I guess. All right, you, Anthony, why the Department of Communication Studies?
Well, it was for a love of production that I grew to love. I didn't come into DCS really loving or even knowing about production. I started off as a journalism emphasis, and as I did the courses and I got to know what media is all about, that's when I fell in love with production.
Okay, so you started off as a journalism emphasis, but then you switched to television. Why the switch?
Well, I did intro class with Mr. Lawrence, big up Mr. Lawrence, and when I learned, in that class is where I learned, the basics of what happens behind the scenes, and I just fell in love with that instantly.
The process was just, it's really amazing. I can also attest to that. I love the behind the scenes. Now, Janelle, you chose to join the Department of Communication Studies family and to emphasize in journalism. Where did that passion for writing come from? Was it, you did it in high school, but was it from before high school or starting high school and then into university? Where did that passion start?
Okay, so I came here and I did not exactly know what it is that I wanted to do, but upon getting here, we were supposed to do an interview to determine what our emphasis would be. And for me, it was either journalism or PR because I had the most knowledge about those. Afterwards, I was assigned journalism, and I didn't love it at first, but I grew to over time, and it wasn't until my first semester in my second year, so that would have been fall of 2020, I had a few sessions with Mr. Dominic Mackenzie. He's one of our lecturers here, and it was through him that I found, or that I would have noticed, I was extremely passionate about journalism. It became one of my many passions.
Okay, so you are like me, someone saw the talent and was like, hey, that's you, and you just work with it.
Yes.
All right, cool, that's wonderful. Now to both of you, how has the Department of Communication Studies helped you both in your emphasis? Starting with Janelle.
Okay, so they have assisted me in many ways. Firstly, I feel like when I just came here, I was finding ways to develop my skills, and based on the experiences and opportunities that they would have provided for me, through those, then right. In addition to that, they provide an excellent, well, they provide many opportunities for us to network and for us to get in contact with like-minded individuals like ourselves.
Okay. And you, Anthony?
Well, DCS has done a lot for me, you know. As I said, I came into DCS knowing nothing. And I'm still learning a lot, you know, still work in progress. But the production experience, for me personally, has taught me a lot. And it has, how would I say it now? Got me geared and ready for the real world.
Yeah.
Because, as we both know, out there is a rough
hectic.
field. You get me?
It's a jungle out there.
No joke. So, you know, out here at DCS, it equips you, you know, with the right experience, so that when you reach out in the field, you know exactly what you're doing.
True. And I've learned that both of you have other skills aside from television and aside from journalism. Both of you have other skills that have added to your to growing in your career. Janelle, photographer. Anthony, an audio engineer.
Still learning.
Yeah, as we all are, we're still learning. But the passion for audio, did it come with the switch to television?
Yes, it was actually why I switched to TV.
Oh, audio was why you switched?
Yeah, I was in intro to TV class with Gussie, and we did a section of the class where we learned about the audio console and signal flow, and that's when I realized, because before I came to DCS, I was really interested in music. Understand me? Yeah, that was my real passion, and I realized that media can't exist without music. Media can't exist without sound. And I always thought of media as just the visuals.
Yeah.
And probably the producing and the written aspect behind the scripts, behind our productions. But I realized that sound is a big part.
True.
You know, if not one of them, you know, it can't exist.
Without the sound, you know,
So,
it's a bit boring if you're watching something without music or without sound. So big up to audio engineers all the way over in the world. And Janelle, as a photographer, you know, how that experience, capturing things to your perspective and giving it to the world.
I said a play on words there, because I see it. But honestly, I would have started out in photography very, very small. I'm not saying I'm big now, hello, but I started very small. I was using my phone, and it was something that I liked to do on the side, but it wasn't until last summer I had a course with Mr. Cuff.
Yeah.
He's an excellent photographer, and he would have taught me some of the things that I now know today. And through that experience, I would have understood that I did not want this to be a back burner thing. I wanted to expound on whatever it is that I would have known before. And so that's what I did. That's what I'm doing. Currently, I'm interning at Meet Studio, and I have a little business of my own. It's called Through Her Eyes Media. Yeah.
Nice. As a DCSer, putting our skills to use out there. Now, the end game. I want to know, what do you guys see happening in the future for yourselves?
Okay, so it's like this, right? A few years ago, if you had said to me that I would have been sitting in the position that I'm now sitting, I would have laughed you to scorn, and then I would have thought about the possibilities of me doing whatever it is that you suggested.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying this to say that nobody knows what the future has in store for us. Sometimes we're making plans of our own, and really and truly we're following God's plan, or God has a different plan for us. But for the sake of putting one step forward, and for the sake of, you know, moving in a certain direction, I'd like to say that in the future, or for the future, in the next couple of years, I would have hoped to have officially and successfully launched my business.
Yeah.
In addition to that, I am hoping to do my master's in public relations.
Oh, a master's in public relations. She's coming back. Miss Daly, look out for Janelle Dillon. She's coming back for that master's in PR. She's coming back. All right, so thank you so much for sharing with us, guys. Thank you so much. And give them a round of applause again to our TV emphasis, Mr. Anthony Andorn, and to our journalism emphasis, Miss Janelle Dillon. And we wish you guys all the best on your journey.
Thank you so much.
And we know you're going to make yourselves and DCS very, very proud.
Definitely.
Now, just like that, just like Janelle and Anthony, we all have a story. We all have that positive thing that we have achieved from being a part of DCS family. Let's listen to a few more past students who have had a similar experience, and even some of our lecturers who themselves have seen where DCS have impacted their lives. We'll be right back.
Well, my experience here at DCS has been absolutely wonderful. I have learned a lot. The department itself is really practical. So we're not only doing theory, but we're also learning the practical aspects when it comes down to media, when it comes down to communications. I particularly enjoyed a class last semester that was Introduction to Television Production. I loved that class because we learned all the practical aspects of production, what can go right, what can go wrong, and basically just all the elements, especially the concept of teamwork, the concept of working together, which is definitely of utmost essence in the media and communications world.
My most memorable experience here at DCS would be the experience of having lecturers who care for you, having a chair who cares for you. I remember moments where my hands would be raised in the air because of the hell that I would have been going through. But because of the love and care that these lecturers have for their students, I would have been able to overcome whatever I was going through.
I must say I was very, very anxious when I first came because of course it's a new surrounding and new people, but that quickly subsided when I met my DCS family. Everyone was so welcoming and so eager to teach you and just embrace you and to help you understand this industry more. I remember going on field trips, went to TVJ, and I was like, wow, we actually got to get hands-on experience, see what we're gonna get ourselves into, and I just loved everything about it.
I chose DCS because growing up, I would have seen Vashon Brown and Andrea Chisholm, reporting for TVJ News, and it always excited me. I've always had a passion for news. I wanted to become a journalist, and here I am. I enrolled in the Department of Communication Studies at Northern Carolina University, and quite frankly, I've had no regrets since.
When I came to the Department of Communication Studies, one of the things I learned from early on was that DCS is a family. What do I mean family? DCS treats each and every member here as family. We are not just about getting the work done, but we seek to have a relationship between teacher and student that is friendly, a teacher-student relationship that allows persons to have not just a professional understanding, but also on a personal level as you help with professionals to be personally developed as well. DCS is also big on being well-rounded. I've heard about DCS in the media industry before I came to DCS, and I've seen it to be true.
DCS, we say we're a family, we don't just say it, we actually live it. This is a place where if it is that you want to pursue a career in public relations, television, radio, or journalism, or if it is that you actually want to be a general student and then minor in another discipline, this is the place for you.
Welcome to DCS.
Welcome to your department.
Welcome home.
Welcome to our family.
Welcome back. I thank you for staying with us. And I know we've just heard from 2 current DCSs within the department. And now it is time to hear from someone who has been here, has left, and is now making her own footprints in the industry. So we've heard some beautiful testimonies that I myself can attest to. And that for sure proves to all of us that DCS is indeed the best. Can you attest, everyone? Yes. Our guest even can attest. But before we get to our guest and you find out who our wonderful guest is, I want to ensure that our audience online is also in tune with us and is following with the program. So we're going to keep it going as we speak to a DCS alumnus, and she is a media practitioner, a philanthropist, the founder of the I Have a Heart Foundation, the lady we have all seen on TikTok, on YouTube, doing her own very reporting. And it is so special now for us to finally get to meet her in person. Her name is Miss Abigail Smythe. Give her a round of applause. Welcome, Miss Smythe, and thank you. Thank you for coming. All right, so I have a few questions. Well, I have many questions, and I'm hoping that we have the time. We have the time for her to answer them. So before you came to NCU, did you always aspire to become a media practitioner?
All right, I'm going to be very honest. I'm not going to tell any lies on this beacon on the hill. No. Actually, I wanted to be a performing artist, as in dancing and acting. I wanted to go to Edna Manley, but that didn't work out. So after community college, I looked at the university closest to home because I didn't want to go to UWI or UTech. I don't like boarding. So I saw NCU, and then I looked at all the courses, and mass communication was the only thing to get into without math. So I just did it. And I ended up falling in love with it. So I think it was destiny.
All right, so it's fate. Yeah. So she was looking for dancing and acting, but she ended up in DCS. I think that's close enough, fair enough. So I'm going to take the time now to ask her about her tenure here at NCU. How was that for you, especially as a DCS student?
It was challenging for me personally. My 4-year degree took me 6, going 7 years. Because when I started in 2011, I was missing classes a lot. I was missing exams because I had to be at the hospital very often. I was under investigation for a heart disease. So I had to be missing classes a lot. I didn't tell anybody about it at the time, but it just absent. Nobody know where I'm there, nobody know why I might not come to school. And I ended up sitting out like 3 whole semesters because I had to do heart surgeries. But the department assisted me in that, in catching up in my courses and resitting exams and all of that. But separate and apart from the challenges, it was a very, very good experience. I loved my time here. Like, now that I've left, I honestly miss it sometimes.
That's okay, you can always come back, and do a master's or a PhD or something.
Miss Daly?
Yes. I doubt that Miss Daly would have a problem with that. There we go. All right. So I know you spoke about your challenges here, and we're going to get into that a little and why you started your foundation. But before we get there, how did DCS help you to grow to become the woman that you are today?
All right. It wasn't just being in DCS, it wasn't just coming to school, going to class, and leaving. Beyond the taking notes and doing the practical stuff and doing exams, like DCS is a family. So, you have lecturers that mentor you, that you can confide in, that assist you with certain things, with your challenges, your personal issues, so they don't only groom you in terms of education,
right,
but in terms of personal development, and they have helped me a lot with that.
All right.
Yeah, enough time a boss Miss Daly ears.
Yeah. Boss Mr. Cuff ears too. Because Mr. Cuff have sense, Anybody can attest? Yeah, man. Mr. Cuff have sense. You have to just sit down with him one away and reason. Yeah, man. All right, so was there ever a point as a media student when you doubted yourself?
Yes. To be honest, in my first 2 In my first 2 to 3 years, I felt lost. I had personal stuff going on. I was just coming to school, going to class, doing what I needed to do so I can get this degree and get a job and pay my bills and survive. That was it. And at one point, I even said it to Miss McDonald. I said, Miss, honestly, I feel like we just stop and go sell bag juice and start on a stoplight, and I'm dead serious.
And a lot of DCS students say that now, especially the seniors.
No, listen.
Especially the seniors.
I'm serious. I felt that way. I said it to her, like, I felt lost. I didn't feel like I was doing the right thing. I just couldn't bother. At one point, my GPA was at 1.98.
Oh, no.
I was this close to getting kicked out of school. And then when I started doing courses with Mr. Wiles and Mr. Sharp and doing all the practical stuff and, you know, hands-on with a camera and doing lighting and having to produce newscasts and short films and all of that, then I really fell in love. And I zoned in and I said, I really have a passion for this thing. And then DCS helped me to discover my voice.
Yes.
One day we had an assignment to produce a newscast and I was the reporter. This was my first time doing anything like this. And when we were watching the assignments in class, Mr. Sharp said, you have a nice voice, don't hide it. And since then, since I discovered my voice here, I haven't stopped using it. And after I fell in love with it and I buckled down and I tried to catch up on all of that, I brought my GPA from 1.98 to making Dean's List and graduating with a 3.23 GPA.
Hello? Hello? The lady work, you know? The lady work.
Yes.
I love that. All right, so for you to get there, though, you had to have had some motivation. So who or what was your motivation in finalizing your degree or getting out of here?
I wanted to be something. I wanted to be somebody. And then after discovering my gift here in DCS, because I didn't only discover the gift of my voice, I realized that after doing editing classes with Mr. Wiles, I realized that I was good at it. So I said that I want to use these gifts. I don't want to just make them go to waste like that. So I used that as my motivation, you know, and I wanted to, when I looked at people like Mr. Wiles and Mr. Sharp and Mr. Lawrence and Miss Daly, and I see how good these people are at their craft, I'm like, goals.
Yes, same.
Yeah, goals.
Same.
Yeah.
All right, so when exactly, we're going to deviate a bit, when exactly did you get to start your foundation, or what was the reason for you starting this foundation?
All right, so the foundation, the Abigail Smythe I Have a Heart Foundation, I started it in 2013 officially, but the idea for it came to me in 2012 when I underwent my very first heart surgery. I have a rare and progressive heart disease. It's called arrhythmogenic right ventricular dysplasia.
I'm not going to try to say that again.
All right, let me break it down. In layman's term, the right side of my heart is severely diseased. The ventricle doesn't work as it should. The ventricular wall is thinner than it should be in some places, thicker than it should be in other places. My heart is slightly enlarged and it races fast all the time and irregular to the point where it can send me into cardiac arrest at any time.
All right, so I'm hoping right now I'm not making you nervous.
No.
All right, good stuff.
No. Did I mention 2 leaking valves?
No.
Yeah, and 2 leaking valves, one on the left, one on the right.
Oh, wow.
This
and everything is different. Everything is different. And yet, nothing has changed. I grieve the death of myself. I search for answers, but turn up empty, like the hollow in my chest. Anyone can feel lost, broken, ashamed, like a flower in a desert, hoping for rain. Lost is a never-changing state. When to protect the people you love, you are told you must stay away. Anyone can be feeling how I feel. Yet I cannot be sure if this is the feeling of dying or just the loss of the feeling of before.
The film, or the clip that you would have just seen just now, is actually was an entry last year. Mr. Coffee, yes, last year it was an entry, and that was from Karimak, actually, not DCS, which shows you that we are all inclusive, so we accept entries from everywhere. Yeah. So Karimak, we accept your entries for this year as well. Jamie, before we go into our final interview for the day, I want to remind you of our sponsors. We have Prestige Phone Accessories. What else do we have?
We have the hair plug.
The hair plug with the good plug them. Yeah, and I believe we have Schemos. Yes, Schemos pastries. We will now have our
are made specially for you.
That's right. We're going to have our final interview. Jamie, please introduce our guest.
Yes, so we have been showcasing our talented students from morning. We have been showcasing the many fruits that DCS tends to produce every year. And we have to give a special shout out to our lecturers, to the so-called farmers, who have helped us to develop our skills and our talents. One of whom is in studio, on set with us today. And his name is Mr. Brian Cuff. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Brian Cuff, how are you, sir?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
It is a pleasure to be sitting, interviewing you, he taught me in television broadcast, and he saw the talent, me being a host, and I'm learning. This is actually...
I wonder if we should grade him. How is he doing, guys?
Yeah, I would actually love a grade, thank you so much. So, on to Film Festival. That's a big thing. It's a part of Week of Excellence, and we want to know, what is Film Festival all about? What is the Lignum Vitae Film Festival all about?
All right, so I don't want to be biased as it relates to any other Week of Excellence event, but we often save the best for last, right? So the Lignum Vitae Film Festival is the culmination of the events for Week of Excellence, and it is one of the hallmarks of DCS. It started as a class initiative, over 10 years ago, where students were invited to send in films and to have it assessed, and they continue to develop over the years, and LVFF has been growing and glowing, and it sees filmmakers from different universities. Here at NCU, we made mention of Karamak earlier, UTech, we have Heart Trust, we have all over the world, persons sending in their submissions, and it showcases the work that is put in each year by different filmmakers.
Okay, so Mr. Cuff, when exactly did film festivals start and why? What was the purpose for it?
Well, it predated me. It was a class initiative. A lecturer came up with the idea for her students to have this opportunity, and it has blossomed ever since. And it was over 10 years ago. I think it's over 12 years to be correct.
All right, so are there are there any differences to this year's staging? What can we expect for this year?
Well, this year we should be, all being well, right, Miss Daly? We're going to be face-to-face for the first time in 3 years. So, yeah, a lot of you. When I came here and we had LVFF, it was down by the gym, and persons came out in them Sunday best, looking all glamorous, and it's a casually elegant affair. Where persons come out, they take their pictures. This year we hope to be having a 360 video booth. We hope to be having some of our sponsors also coming out to showcase some of the offerings they have. And we're just going to be having a good time. And Matthew Wright would say a cat a wampus time, face to face, right?
Yes, we will.
So for this year's staging, when will this staging be held?
All right,
and how can persons attend?
Usually it would be the Sunday after Week of Excellence ends. But because of the holiday period, this year it's going to be on April 16, mark it in your calendars, April 16, 5:30 p.m. at the NCU Gymnatorium. So those who are in Mandeville or Kingston or anywhere just a highway away, just come down here, put on your Sunday best, and come out and enjoy the LVFF. We'll be screening, it is F-R-E-E, yes it is F-R-E-E. I know Jamaicans love to hear that word, especially
Yes, we
Britannia
do.
and others. It is free, free, free. So hope to see you, Brit.
All right, so if you do get the 360 camera, I will be wearing my gown. Right. So my final question, Mr. Cuff, is as you continue to see your students strive for excellence, what encouragement would you like to share with them and by extension, all the students who are watching us today?
All right, so everybody has a story. It's something I wrote on my status, I think last night. Everybody has a story, everybody has a voice. And I'm encouraging all the students, all the filmmakers. Yeah, a lot of times we watch and see what others put out and we feel, you know, we compare, and comparison is the thief of joy. So don't compare what others have and say, boy, my film won't or whatever. Put out the content, you know, put it on your WhatsApp statuses, put it on your Instagram reels, put it on your pages, and then enter competitions. You cannot know how good you are or how better you can become without entering and asking and getting professional advice. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to seeing more next year. If we didn't have your submissions this year, looking forward to seeing more next year. Entries for this year's competition is closed. We have started to inform persons that their films have been chosen for screening or not. So look out for next year. You can start sending in submissions for now for next year if you have them ready, because I don't want persons to wait for the last minute. Oftentimes people wait for the last minute and then they run come, sir, beg an extension. But it is closed for this year.
Such a tragedy. Jamie, thank you, Mr. Cuff.
So we are winding down as we have just a couple more items to showcase. But just before we continue, we will have to say goodbye to our radio listeners. Those listening to us on NCU FM using the frequencies 91.1, 91.3, and 91.5. I want to say thank you guys so much for joining. And for those who are listening online, thank you at ncu.fm. Yes, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you also to Nadia, host of Cruising on NCU FM, for facilitating us.
Right, and since we're in the spirit of giving thanks, thank you, Mr. Cuff, for coming and sharing the experience of LVFF. We hope to see you in your Sunday best.
I'll be working, so it's fine. It's fine.
All right, that's okay. All right, so we're moving right along. Jamie, this has been a great production.
Yes, it has been. I have learned so much about Film Festival, you know, and thinking about it, I have been planning to enter a few films. Every year I say the same thing, and
boy, Jamie, it's not looking good.
It's not looking good. But before I leave, before I say goodbye to NCU, trust me on this. I am going to enter a film for Film Festival. So, Mr. Cuff, look out for that film.
Looking forward, and I know you have the quality. So,
I might just be the one, the star of the show. So,
right, true, Jamie. All right. So we did mention that we have sponsors, and that means prizes. So I do have questions. 2 of my questions will be going to our students here from Mayday High. Please give them a warm welcome.
Shout out to Mayday High.
Yes, in case you didn't see them. And 1 question will be going to our audience here from the department, of course. All right, so my first question, before we get to the good stuff, we're going to take a break. We'll see you on the other side.
Suspense, thrills and spills. All these are on show at the Lignum Vita Film Festival, LVFF, April 16, 2023 at 5:30 p.m. Come watch Jamaica's talent as we look at the likes of short films, mini documentaries, trailers, and so much more. It's LVFF 2023 at the NCU Gymnatorium on April 16 at 5:30 p.m. See you there!
Welcome back. That was a very short break, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I'm assuming they're ready for our questions.
Ready
Jamie,
for the question and answers.
Yes. I'm going to allow you to ask our students, that's the Mayday High students, our question, and I'll ask the DCSs the final question. So the first 2 is for our Mayday High students. And anybody that has the answer can run up and come answer on the microphone here. Yes, if you know the answer, just come quickly.
Come on. Don't be shy.
Yes. The quickest of the quickest.
So the first question is, School challenge quiz. What does DCS means? And you're running.
First person to get up here. And him take seat, and don't take up the mic. Take up the mic and answer.
Department of Communication Studies.
A round of applause for you. Give us your name.
My name is Jordan Lee Cameron.
All right, Mr. Cameron. Mr. Cameron has won himself something. You'll know soon. Just go stand beside our floor manager.
Yes.
All right, so we have our second question to the Mayday High students.
And the second question is, name the
alumnus. Yes.
Thank you.
You're seeing right.
That,
yes.
you know, name the alumnus of DCS that was interviewed today.
None of our students remember the name of our guest. All right, maybe we should throw this to the DCSers. The first DCSer to get up here and answer the question.
No, wait, we have a race. We have a race between. We have a race here. So we're going to give the Mayday. We're going to give the Mayday a chance. Yes.
Come. That's okay, Chrisanne. That's okay.
That was a lovely 100-meter sprint, Chrisanne.
Abigail.
She said Abigail.
It looked like she wanted to.
She said Abigail. That's not correct. I'm so sorry. That's not correct. But good effort, good try. We can now allow you, Chrisanne, to come. And Chrisanne, you have to come good. If you don't come with the right answer.
Come on.
Her name was Abigail Smythe.
All right,
That
is that
is
correct?
correct.
Yes, she is correct. Chrisanne, you win a prize. Chrisanne, as a DCS student, Chrisanne, don't walk in front of my camera like that, man.
Come on.
Should penalize you. You're not forgetting a prize. But take it back for true, man. And our final question to our DCSers. This did look too easy, so I switched it.
Ooh.
Watch them fighting.
Ooh.
Our final question.
The question hasn't even been asked yet, and we have two.
That's true.
All right, so we're going to give those two persons a chance to answer the question that hasn't been asked yet.
No, because only one person can win the prize. So the question is, when is Lignum Vitae Film Festival and at what time? The first person to get up here and to say it. No, but look how they pack up, Mr. T. Look how the DCS are behave. Hello, we are a family. We are a family.
I don't think that the burgundy jacket holder should be here. That's
not her fighting her way out of it. All right, so first things first. All right, let's wind down some stuff. Tristan, get down, man.
No. You can't do that.
As the burgundy jacket holder who has won many prizes from the forums because of your position. Get down, Tristan.
First of all, this is not one of those forums, okay? Okay? All right. On a bad mind, you know. What kind of message are you sending to those who are going to be getting the burgundy jacket
we don't have
tomorrow?
Any time for the
huh?
debating.
What kind of message are you sending?
Hold on. All right, the message we're sending, quick and short, is that we do understand your position and you know stuff. But when you have already won, we also want to affirm our other DCSers. Oh! We want to affirm them. Thank you, Tristan. Right. Now, which one of these? Well, technically, if you wanted the prize, you would have run up here, you know. So, do you believe that we should allow someone else who has not won a prize to come up and put these two ladies? You haven't won something today.
I have not won anything.
At all?
At all.
You don't get gift basket for Oswade.
No, you see, let me tell you, that is not winning something.
Right.
That is presented to say
that's okay. We're going to take a vote because this will take some time. This is a dysfunctional family.
Give the answer.
Right.
Do we want to keep these two people up here?
Yes.
Majority says no.
No, they don't want to keep the two of us.
But
so
nobody
I'll
else
stay.
ran for the question.
You may go.
Do we want to keep Nicolay up here?
Yeah, that is it. Yes.
They said no. Do we want to bring on Carrie Ann?
She's
not a DCSer, by the way.
We have to get an answer for that question, you know?
Let me just answer the question, man.
Boy, I don't know, but the audience isn't helping us.
No, technically, I reach up here first. No, but Kerry is multi-departmental. She's not a DCS. The answer is, all right, maybe we say date and you say time. Oh,
I'm hosting here.
I'm sorry, moderator.
Hello. Because of time, and we're strapped for time, and because everyone is saying we need to give multi-departmental and non-DCSers who have assisted in our productions here a chance. We're going to thank you for your efforts and your willingness. No, because time is fastly going.
Yeah, not hear nobody say
Time is upon us.
Thank you for the microphone. Take her mic. That's okay. She's
That's
a bit disappointed,
okay.
but we'll come and hug you after the production. Carrie Ann, quickly come up.
That's
Carrie
okay.
Ann, quickly come up, man. Time is going now. All right. Is my mic working? No, it's not. All right, Carrie Ann, when is Lignum Vitae Film Festival and at what time?
Wrong answers only. It's on April 16th at 5:30 p.m.
Is the fact
All
that
right, Carrie Ann,
she
thank
clapping
you. You
herself.
have won yourself something. Please go over to the floor manager. Yeah, you have won yourself something.
So thank you
Yeah.
so much to everyone who participated in the question and answer segment. You guys will be given your prizes after
Yes.
and photographed by our social media team. We will now
Yeah.
go to our...
No, we're not throwing to anything, Jamie. Imagine Jamie up here and tell me how long we need to wrap up.
I get in comfortably, you know.
You get in comfortable,
I
true.
get into like this hosting thing, you know.
And I love that.
Yeah,
we
but
love that for Skinny.
time.
We
But
love that for
time.
DJ Skinny.
But time.
Yes. We have to bring in the young ones, you know. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, but we are strapped for time and we have to go, unfortunately. We want to thank you all for tuning in to Showcase My DCS, the 2023 episode, the 2023 version. And we want to invite you to come back next year for more of the good stuff. Yeah. Jamie, what can we look forward to? Tomorrow is?
Tomorrow is, I don't remember, Symposium.
Symposium.
It
And
almost slipped me. And affirmation.
Come see the DCSs get affirmed. Yes, people, come out tomorrow. At what time? 10 a.m. for symposium and 3 p.m. for affirmation. With that said, I am Trisha Gay Kelly and
I am Jamie Roden. And thank you guys so much for joining.
especially those online. Have yourselves a wonderful day.
Continue to strive.